Okay, just a quick little demo for you to help you get your project set up if you haven't done that already. Um, if you've been being good, you have uploaded all your stuff to Google Drive. Make sure that it's there if you haven't done that yet, because honestly, it's just the safest way to proceed. It's make sure you got all your stuff backed up because bad things happen. Um, what we're going to do is download it if you haven't already done so. A couple ways to do it. One is you can just click a box around it and select them all and hit download. And what it'll do is it'll zip it into a single file. Depending how much footage you have, you might want to do that. You might not. And also depending on the mood of Google on the other side. Sometimes zipping is really quick. Sometimes it's not so quick. I've already gone and downloaded this ahead of time, but oh, there it goes. So it's doing not too bad. But either way, once it finishes zipping, it'll download it. If you're not that patient, you can just download them one at a time and get your project started that way, and then just continue going on. So it's all up to you. But anyway, let's look at what happens after you've downloaded it. Yeah, that's still just sitting there doing nothing. So in my downloads folder, I have this thing here, which has all the files in it that I need. So if I click it once, up here you'll see a little tab pop up that says Compressed Folder Tools. I'm going to select that and then hit Extract All. And it will take all the files that have been smooshed into the one file and spread them out back into their original files. Okay, and then pop up in a new window. Lovely. So next thing I want to do is actually get my project started in Premiere. All my files are here. And so I'm going to head over to Premiere. You'll find Premiere here and should be listed right there. Mine's going to look slightly different because I'm doing it on a different system, but there it is. So over to Premiere I go. I've already started it. Again, when you load it up, you might see something slightly different, but essentially it's going to look the same. And you're going to find a button there that says New Project. So you're going to tap that. And the most important thing is up here on your name, you can write down the name of your project and you click OK. Don't worry about these settings. Those will sort themselves out shortly. So here we go. All right. Go away. Now, again, your interface might look slightly different. All these windows can be resized. You can move them around wherever you want. I have mine set up the way I like them, but you'll still find essentially the same windows. So import media to start. That's what I want to do in my project folder. So there's lots of ways to do it. I can go to File and select Import, or I can press Control I, or I can just double click in the window. I like doing that because I think that's the easiest way to do it. But there it is. So I'll go to my Downloads folder. Where is it? There it is. That's my new set of footage. I can select all of it and hit Open. And then it should import it. So in the project folder here, you're going to have all of your different elements that you're using. You're going to have videos, you're going to have audio, you're going to have images, titles, sound effects, the whole bit is all going to go in here. You can organize it if you'd like using folders. So I can make a new bin, and let's say I can call that footage, and then take all these and just fire them in there. And then I could make another one for audio, another one for whatever else I want. Anyway, there's footage. Now, if I want to take a look at it before I start editing, I can just double click on this and it pops up in a new window and I can take a look at it. Now, not too interested in exactly what I'm building here. I'm just trying to show you the mechanics of it. So I can just take this literally, click and drag it down into my timeline. And a couple things happen. One is this kind of comes to life. And second, of course, is you see this. So this is a preview monitor over here where it shows me what I'm using or what I'm thinking about using. And over here, it shows me what's actually happening down here on my timeline. Back to my project window, I can grab more things. I can literally just grab it here and throw it down there in the timeline. This little triangle here is my timeline, my playhead, so I can move it around. You can see all that coming together. Now, obviously, there's some really weird shaky cam at the end here, so I want to get rid of that. There's a couple ways I can do it. One is I can use my cut tool, cut, use my select tool, select that, and delete it. The other thing I can do is I can grab this and just drag it back and move that over. That's honestly 95% of what you need to know. One thing to remember as you're working is that you need to save your work frequently. File, save, or Control S. If you don't do that, Adobe, especially on these systems at school, will crash from time to time and you can lose your work. Now, Adobe does back things up in the background occasionally. It's not like Google where it saves every single moment. So you can still lose a little bit of work, or if things go really wrong, and they have in the past, you can lose everything. Now, here's the thing. Adobe Premiere works on a principle called non-destructive editing. It's kind of what I've already demonstrated here, where I've cut something, I've deleted it, but I can just go like this, and there it is again, it comes back. I have not destroyed anything, I've just simply removed it from the timeline. So what's really important to understand is that when you are working on a project in Premiere, you are not actually altering the video files. All you're doing is you're creating a project file. You see the name of it up here. Mine's called demoproject.proj. And that's like a recipe. And the ingredients are the video files and the audio files and the titles and all these other things that we use. So the most important file in your project is not actually your video files. The reason why is because they're all backed up on Drive. If you lose every single video file in your project, but your project file is still there, all you have to do is just re-download your video and your entire project will come back. And that is a scenario that happens from time to time. The one thing you want to avoid is losing your project file. It is the most important thing. It is the recipe. If you lose that, you've lost everything and you'll have to rebuild from scratch. So what you can do is, I have saved my project. It shows me the actual address of it right here, the location on my computer. It's in the downloads folder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my downloads folder, and I should have a file in here called demo project. There it is, purple. And I'm going to just hop back over to my footage where I'm storing my footage. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to drag it into here. And I'm going to do that after every time that I finish an editing session. Because again, if I lose it in the next class or something goes wrong, and if I haven't uploaded it, then I'm in trouble. And you can literally just take it every class, drag it back up there, and it'll just save it right on top of this one. Plus, it'll save the previous versions as well. So it's pretty handy. This is how you set up your project. This is how you protect your project from any sort of failures, catastrophic or otherwise. And from here on out, there's a lot more to learn, but that's enough to get you going. It's enough to make you dangerous.